speaking with being involved in the community, we're going to bring somebody in next. Tonight is not only After Dark, but we got a special guest. CoffeeBrake's here with us. Welcome, CoffeeBrake, to the show, everybody.
Welcome
Coffee,
in.
how has your week been? How are you doing, sir?
How we doing, guys? Thanks for having me. It's been an incredible week. Just wrapped up Memorial Day weekend at work, so I hope y'all who are off here in the States had some awesome barbecues and great times now that things are opening back up. So it's been a week. It's been a week.
Right on. Kind of coming in after the holiday.
Absolutely, and I can't. I'd be remiss if I didn't point out the mood lighting behind me, since it is after dark. Had to set the tone with the nice blue light.
You've done far better than we have, sir. And we're happy to have your voice here on the show as well. Definitely.
Yes, sir.
Well, I appreciate you taking the time and bringing me on. It's good to be back in contributing to the GGR and almost full swing.
Absolutely. Love to see it, as I would say in one of my streams. So we're going to get down on some coffee questions here. Tony and I are going to kind of come back and forth.
All right.
And ask some questions of you. So we didn't come here for you just to look pretty with your mood lighting. We actually came here to put you to work. So
should I punch back in?
Punch back in, because we're going to demand some of your time here. The people want to know a little more about coffee.
All right.
So we got some questions for you. I'm going to throw the first one out there. Should be an easy
Fire
one.
away.
What's the first video game you remember playing, and what does that bring back to you?
So I had to go back into my boomer brain and kind of do some digging. First game that I distinctly remember: Zombies Ate My Neighbors on the Super Nintendo.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I had actually never played that.
It was a fantastic 2-player game where it was looking back on it now, every 80s horror trope that you could think of.
Wow.
And the whole deal was you had to survive. It was World War Z before it was World War Z.
Oh, nice.
In 8-bit glory, or 16-bit glory, rather.
Huh.
Is this something you played a lot for a period of time, or was it?
So it was the most memorable. Growing up, I didn't have a lot of money. I grew up the poor kid, you know.
Yeah.
So my escape, if it wasn't the library, it was over at my cousin's house, and her parents surprised her with a Super Nintendo for Christmas one year, and that was the game that started it all. Then, of course, you fall into the other tropes of Super Mario Kart, Kirby, all the greats. But that was the first game that I distinctly remember going, wow, this is a lot of fun. And they had to pry the controller out of my hands.
Personal question for me.
Yeah.
So SNES, did you ever get to play in Zelda: Link to the Past?
Oh, of course. Of course.
Nice.
That's when I was able to have enough money on my bike route, back when bike routes were a thing, doing papers and stuff. I was able to get Link to the Past, and next thing I know, I was fortunate enough to save up for an N64 and then Ocarina of Time, baby.
Oh yeah, glad to hear the Zelda story in there too.
Oh, of course.
Very cool. All right, you ready?
Sure.
What got you started wanting to be a content creator, and what were your influences?
I think the big one, and I know a lot of us who have survived 2020 can relate, sanity. Staying sane and finding a way to stay connected. I started getting into Twitch and then subsequently everything else, the Instagram and all that, which I'll shamelessly plug later. During the wave of lockdowns, I had just moved back to South Jersey after relocating for my job, and the day I signed my lease for my apartment that I'm currently in, the governor announced a stay-at-home order. And it was just me and my cat. That was it. And all of my friends, we managed a way to stay connected on Discord and moving our Dungeons and Dragons game digitally on Roll20 and Discord voice. And then as the days went on, I was finding that I was staying connected consistently, not just for work, where we were living in Slack and WebEx, but we were also spending a lot of time in Discord video and Discord voice.
Yeah.
Just playing World of Warcraft, playing Call of Duty, whatever the case may be. And I found myself browsing Twitch at a more frequent capacity, whether it was background noise or genuinely paying attention. So I figured, well, I've got a webcam, I've got a decent computer that I built. Why the heck not? It's great. If I make some pocket change, cool. but it was really a way for me to get that social interaction while not getting the virus. And well, I wound up getting the virus, but that's a whole different story. But a way to stay sane, you know. So I'm not that crazy 30-year-old talking to his cat, you know. I got to talk to a bunch of crazy other people on stream.
I talked to my cat. It's okay, Coffee.
I talk to my cat too. He just doesn't. He just passes judgment and walks away.
He sure does. All right, very good. Question number 3.
Oh, we didn't go over influences.
Oh shoot! Hit it.
Yeah. I got.
Keep us in line. We're in time. This is the part of the Noob Show. You're clearly not a boomer, right? Yep. So you got to keep us in line from time to time.
No, it's all good. I've got a case of the Mondays on a Friday since today was my Monday. Influences, it's standard MMO creators. As much as I loathe to say it, I have to give credit to Asmongold, Towley. He's a big influence in not just my streaming personality, but in the games I play and how I play them. So those two on the World of Warcraft side were instrumental. And then Quickie Baby, who is a notorious World of Tanks streamer, he's the one who really kind of brought that analytical approach that I take to gaming and kind of helped me refine that. Not directly, but, you know, just from watching the streams, watching his mannerisms. You know, there's something to be said for our friends across the pond.
That's right. The left brain is strong there.
Yeah.
Very strong. So, Coffee, if let's just say that you had to be locked down, right? And there's only one video game you can play for the rest of your life. Forget them all. And I'm not talking a series. I'm talking about narrowing it down to just one game. Only game you get to play for the rest of your life after the show today. What is it?
That is a really tough one. There's so many good games out there as we've all played on stream, but I think I would have to go with an old school classic, Unreal Tournament 2003.
Wow.
I'm not expecting to hear that one.
Yeah,
there is something to be said for a classic arena shooter that you can get with your friends on LAN, or, you know, do a hack network and make it run. And there's just something about hearing Monster Kill in the background.
Apologize for the zipper. I actually have Grandma's bag here with some seltzers in it. Since we're at night, I'm drinking a couple Celsius during the show, so...
I thought you were just cracking lunch on us.
I thought you were breaking out a bingo bag. I didn't know what it was for a second.
I had my bingo marker ready to go.
But we're trying out. This is not a sponsored show, but I'm trying out the Truly Punches.
Oh, okay. I was waiting for like Daubers to come out. I didn't know what was going on.
It's bingo time. I'm not that old. I just turned 42, Optimus. I'm not that old. Come on.
I know I'm older.
That's the meaning of life right there. 42.
I actually do go to bingo. I'm just gonna admit that now, and we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on.
I can get down with bingo. I'm quite amazing at party light bingo.
Yep, we're gonna move on. All right, Coffee.
Yo,
tell us about something that you are absolutely obsessed with.
Despite my handle, and anyone who knows me that may be in the chat in real life, it's whiskey. I love a good whiskey. There was a point in my life where if I had the scratch to just pick up and go, there is a marketing school for bartenders down in Texas where you could become a whiskey sommelier.
Wow.
Interesting.
I didn't know they had those. I know for wine.
Yeah, I didn't know they had those either.
Yep, you could become a whiskey sommelier. And it's a 5-level course, and you stay on the campus, and you get a tour of the whiskey vault that they have. And level 1 is you learn the foundations of whiskey. What's a bourbon? What's a scotch? Why do they use certain grains? Why do they use certain mash bills? And it's quite the education, and it's something that I take a lot of pride in with my own little whiskey collection. And, you know, being able to share that with everyone, it's you know, you can't go wrong with good alcohol and good company and a good cigar.
Yeah,
and a good cigar. That's a pastime of mine as well. I'd love to see a snapshot of some of that whiskey collection sometime.
Well, I will have to say I have to replenish some of it. 2020 definitely put it through its paces. But if I had to pick so I have 2 favorite whiskeys that I'm currently torn between. James Bond fans might know the Macallan 18.
Yes, you mentioned that one
Yep.
before.
And then I am also partial to the Glenn Farkless 21.
Which is the best one?
So that's
Especially in
where
hard
that,
position.
if money were not an object, I would continue to go with the Glenn Farkless.
Okay.
That is for me, like, I had a hard day's work. I had a really good steak dinner, a la Ron Swanson. Bridge on the River Kwai's playing. That is my choice.
You just became my Ron Swanson spirit animal.
Did we just become best friends?
Now. I just
Swanson
I
spirit
love
animal.
Ron Swanson as a character, and as you say that, I'm not looking at you in the face right now, but everything you're saying just says Ron Swanson, and then you said it, and there was connection made.
I see in the chat our producer is crying over drinking mid-tier bourbon, and what I will say for those who are feeling sensitive about their whiskey choices, there is no such thing as a bad whiskey. Any whiskey is good as long as you like to drink it. And that's been my approach. Because what may appeal to me may not appeal to you. And that's the beauty of it. Anyone who tells you otherwise is a sanctimonious snob.
Well said.
Very well said.
I knew we had a banger on the show tonight, and I knew it wasn't Optimus or myself, so...
Yeah.
All right, moving on.
All right.
What's something that's considered popular today that really annoys you? So, probably stay out of politics and that kind of stuff, of course.
Sure.
You try to keep a family show, but what's something that's really annoys the crap out of you right now? What is it and why?
Despite having a degree in political science, I'm going to say politics. No. For the life of me, I'm probably going to get the ire of every single content creator out there right now, but my brain cannot wrap my head around the concept of TikTok. I have tried to understand it.
Me either.
I have tried to not understand it. I have tried it. Wait, this is a family show. I can't go down that route. I've tried it after a couple whiskeys and other substances medicinally to understand TikTok. And I just don't get it. And I think the culminating apex of that was I was legitimately at work doing my thing, and a bunch of Zoomers come in and do a live TikTok recording in our location.
Oh, okay.
And I just sat there and I'm like, what are they? Are they really doing this right now in a place of business? And if they did their thing, they didn't buy anything, and they left. And I just sat there. It's like, you know, it's like something out of an anime. You're sitting there scratching your head going, did that really just happen? And I still don't understand it. And I'm sure they got thousands and hundreds of thousands of likes on it, or upvotes, or whatever it's called. But
they got to have a hefty account too to be able to go live like that on TikTok.
Yeah,
not just anybody can do that.
I don't understand it.
Well, I would like to say I know it's here, but look at my camera. Even boomers can do TikTok. Wearing shades,
I have not been blessed with that skill.
Driving down the street with a cap on. Even boomers.
Even supreme boomers like that one there can do it.
What's the appeal? Educate me. Explain it like I'm 5.
So for me, it's just another Instagram, right? It's another Snapchat. It's just it's some kind of child of the two. You know, you just take a little bit of everything, and you know, it's just all about people doing random stuff. For me, it's more like notifying when I'm going live for my stream, or putting a clip on there, just more gaming oriented stuff. But a talented guy that has a strong right brain, which I do not, like Malgenix. I mean, the guy's got 20-some thousand followers.
I don't doubt the creativity, and I don't disrespect the player. I don't get it.
I don't have the creativity to play that game, so I just use it as a notification service, if anything else, pretty much myself.
All right, I can respect that.
I call it Vine too.
Oh yeah,
I miss Vine.
Yep, it's Vine too. It's literally Vine.
Now, my
too.
guilty pleasure with TikTok, I will say, and it is safe for work, so I can say it. There is a subreddit called TikTok Cringe, where you just see people do the most outrageous, cringiest things. And, well, you know, for one who doesn't like to cast judgment, I'll let others cast the judgment, and I just laugh at their expense.
Fair enough. Now we know about Coffee's position on TikTok. Now it's official.
I'm just old.
We're
I'm
gonna clip
older
that. We're gonna
than
turn that into
Crego.
a clip this week. You see
Okay.
a clip next week out on TikTok about coffee speaking about TikTok.
Check me out on live stream fails next week. I'll be there all day.
All right. What animal or insect would you eradicate if you had the power?
This was another one I was thinking about all day. And as much as I am inclined to say mosquitoes,
Don't take the
I'm
easy
al-
way out. Don't take
that's
the easy way
that's
out.
the easy way out. I'm gonna take a step back and say hornets.
Interesting.
Ooh, I'm
Hornets.
right with you. I'm
And-
right with you 100%.
The reason being it's threefold. They're genetically stupid.
Okay.
They die the moment they sting you with their stinger. So they serve no purpose there. But they are sorry, Crego, they are the obnoxious gym brats of the animal kingdom. It's look how tough I am, look how big bad I am. I'm gonna go after all the honeybees, which we actually like.
Right.
Shoot their shot, and then die. They serve no evolutionary function.
What a miserable experience.
It is. You wake up, you're a bully, and then you die.
Yep. They are so annoying. I can't. And the ones that go into your house, they drill little holes in your wood. And
They're
just-
insidious.
For what? For what?
And then they gotta go and take it to the next level, power up like a Super Saiyan and become murder hornets? I mean, what?
Yep.
Who had
Right.
that on their 2020 bingo cards? To make a Seinfeld joke out of it. What's the deal with them?
I'm going to say again, the left brain is strong with this one. I'm doing some deep
Yes.
thoughts today. Deep
Yes.
thoughts with Coffee Break
Deep cuts.
tonight. Straight out of Saturday Night Live show. All right, so as you guys have been here on the Part of the Noob show, and you saw back in week 4 when Miles was on, next time's for our rapid fire mailbags. So we have got some either or questions for Coffee. What we're going to ask him to do is basically answer either or, one or the other, right? And
All right.
Coffee, if you got something that's stuck in the left side of your brain and maybe even the right side of your brain that you want to entertain us with, feel free to make a little punchline thereafter. But are you ready?
Go for it. Born
All right.
ready.
First one, PC or Mac?
PC.
All right. Cake or pie?
Pie.
Checkers or chess?
Checkers.
Checkers. Crushed ice or cubed ice?
Cube dice.
Cubed ice. James Bond or Jason Bourne?
James Bond.
All right. But this one, Star Wars or Star Trek?
There is no right answer here, but it will always be Star Wars in my heart.
All right, I was going to say there must be one chosen. You heard it here on the Part of the Noob show. Coffee chose Star Wars over Star Trek in his heart. Marvel or DC?
Marvel.
Pancakes or waffles?
Waffles.
All right. Jazz or classical music?
Jazz.
All right. Italian or Mexican food?
Italian.
All right. How about this one? Buffalo Trace or wild turkey?
I knew you were going to
You
do this
got
to
him.
me.
Oh, I got
Oh.
him. I knew it. I'd get him on this one. He has to process for a second.
Got
Wild
him.
turkey.
Wild
Ooh.
turkey is the answer. Sourdough or rye?
Sourdough.
Don Johnson or Eric Estrada?
I only know the name Don Johnson, so Don Johnson it is.
What? Oh, we went too old. We
went
just
too
cemented
old.
ourselves as a boomer. Part of the Noobs is a boomer show. I can't lie. Maybe we'll have to think about some more of the young people questions. These people you've both heard of: Stephen King or John Grisham.
Stephen King.
All right. Ocean or lake?
Ocean.
All right. Winter or summer?
Winter without a doubt, baby.
Winter. Awesome. You can always put more clothes back on. You can't take them off in the summer necessarily.
Can't take your skin off.
That's right. Oh, this one's going to throw you for a curveball too.
All
Just
right.
to prepare you. Would you rather be a country singer or a professional athlete?
Professional athlete.
And just out of curiosity, what kind of
Yeah.
a professional athlete would you be?
Snooker. Pool player.
All right. The 1920s were the 2020s.
What's the difference? At the rate we're going.
A lot of
19
similarities. That's why I threw it out.
1920s. At least I get to look good in the zoot suit.
All right,
Yeah.
all right. The attire's there. I get that. The attire, maybe not COVID.
Yep.
Bad stock market, everything else, but there's advantages to either one and heavy disadvantages to either one as well.
Facts.
What about New York or Chicago style pizza?
New York style.
New York style. I figured you'd answer that way.
Yeah.
Just wanted to check.
There's only one
right.
kind of right pizza, and it's New York style pizza.
All right. You heard it here first. There's only one kind of pizza that's appropriate. That's New York style. You fold?
Depends on the slice.
Depends on the slice?
Yep.
All right. Is there a particular place that you like? Where's the best New York style pizza that you can get?
So it's not New York style, but it's a classic tomato pie, and that is only done properly at Maruka's at Seaside Heights, New Jersey, on the boardwalk.
All right, there you go. You heard it here first. If you're out there in the Northeast, you know where to get a slice. All right, one more
I do
question.
believe our producer's taking exception with that. I bet he's a Sawmill fan.
Is he taking exception?
He is
Got some
taking
good
Oh,
places
Philadelphia?
in
You
Philly.
don't go to Philadelphia for pizza. You go to
Hey.
Philadelphia for cheesesteak and
Don't they
sandwich.
sell cheesesteaks or something like that there? Losing sports
Yeah.
teams?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. The
There's
Sixers
always
are
next
in
year.
it still. So I'm
There's
sorry.
always next year.
There's always next
Yep.
year. Next year starts in August, September. So here we go. One more question for you. It's
All
a
right.
movie question. Both 90s movies, so you've seen both of these.
All right.
Shawshank Redemption or Seven?
Shawshank Redemption.
Ah, my man.
There's
Ladies
a
and
got
good
one
gentlemen.
reason
more.
for that. There's
I
a
got
good
one
reason
more.
for that.
Oh,
I got one more. Since he's
All
in
right.
South Jersey, and we were
Okay.
just talking about it, you're near Philly, obviously. So,
Yes.
Pat's or Geno's?
Neither.
Good man. That's what I'm talking about. I can't
So-
stand Velveeta on
Pat's and Geno's are
cheesesteak.
purely tourist traps. You go there
Yes.
to say you've been there,
Yeah.
Yes.
but any real Philadelphian or any Philadelphia adjacent knows.
True
If
that.
you want good chain cheesesteak, you go to Tony Luke's. But if you want the true Philadelphia hole-in-the-wall experience, you go to Ishka Bibbles.
Ishka Bibbles.
Yep, right on
Is
South
that
Street.
North Philly? Is that? Oh, that's South.
That's South Philly.
Because I had one in North Philly that was so good, and I don't remember the place because it was many years ago. But man, it was so good. I'll never forget
Just
how
keep
good that
drinking your
thing
bourbon, Peter.
He's raging. The producer's raging in the chat. Don't mind the chat, folks.
Yep.
The producer is not happy with the choices that are made.
Gonna mess up the scenes now on purpose.
It's like Hotel
There's
California.
sabotage. We know who to blame. We're blaming coffee for pissing off the producer.
Oh man.
Great time tonight, Coffee. Appreciate you coming
for
in and
having me.
enlightening us a little bit more about you. If you guys didn't know or you're not paying attention to the Discord, wake up, number one. Number two, Coffee is the Gamer Showcase of the month. So feel
What a
free to get
strange
in there in the
coincidence.
Gamer Showcase, chat him up. If you disagree with his choices, go in there.
Write
I'm
me
sure
up
he'd
there.
like to debate those with you live in the channel there. It's his to do as he wishes with. He can spam whatever he wants. I'm sure he'll entertain some healthy discussions in there with you if you'd like to formally disagree. So, Peter, if you disagree, take it up in the Gamers Showcase.
I can
Coffee would
feel
happy
the
with
angst emanating from him across the river right now.
Coffee, this is where we like to take a time after saying thank you, of course, for being here. Go ahead and give us some shameless plugs, man. Just take it away.
Sure.
This is your time. Let us know how to get a hold of you, how to watch you, all the good stuff.
Well, slowly getting back into the streaming game after a hiatus courtesy of COVID and the holidays. Glad to say I fully recovered. I finally have my sense of taste and smell back. Bourbon drinkers
Awesome.
rejoice.
Awesome.
That said, I can be found at twitch.tv/CoffeeBreak. Instagram, Twitter are at CoffeeBreak Live. Stream is a little bit up in the air with a bit of everything right now. I am one of the many World of Warcraft refugees that has moved over to Final Fantasy XIV as my MMO of choice until New World and Ashes of Creation come out, both of which I'm incredibly excited for. Beyond that, just like to have a good time. Like you've noted, I do definitely bring a left brain approach to how I handle gaming. So if you like witty banter, chat engagement, and just general diatribes about anything and everything, that's the channel for you. Last giveaway we did cosmetic items in the Final Fantasy game store. So
Right on.
a lot of good stuff.
I can vouch for everything he just said. I spent some time the last couple of weeks dropping in on a couple of his streams. What he preaches and what he says is true, 100%.
Kind of like Lucifer from the TV series on Netflix. I will never tell a lie, at least on stream.
At least on stream. I'm hearing what's that? I'm getting a question come in my ear.
All right.
Do you give Apple discounts?
Only on my last day at Apple, and I regretfully say it is not that day, my friend.
I promised I wouldn't bring that up, but it was just it's too much not to just.
Would you say it's low hanging fruit?
It's low hanging fruit. That's right. Had to be addressed.
Yeah.
So. Coffee, thanks again so much for being on the show.
I appreciate you having me, guys.
All right.